you know what, than be alone and just stay home with your cat. You know?
Or two.
Or 2 or 3.
Dating can be exhausting. Between waiting for a guy to ask you out and all the stuff you have to go through to figure out if you can commit to him, a lot of women get so frustrated they just quit. So what can we do to help women avoid the belief that there are no good men out there?
Women need to stop believing all the things they hear in the media, because there are plenty of good men out there. And the good men are looking for good women. So you want to be a whole, complete woman.
That's the tricky part.
You don't want to be, or you want to avoid being needy. You want to really know who you are, what you want, what you bring to the table. And if you don't bring much yet, then you do some self-improvement work so that you do bring something. A good man's going to want a woman who has mental and emotional stability, if at all possible. Not all of us get that, 24/7, but they're going to want someone who's a good catch. I mean, we're all looking for a good catch in a guy, but a lot of us who are looking for a good catch, we haven't created ourselves to be a good catch yet for them. And that's really important. There are a lot of good guys out there, though.
Exactly. You can't ask for what you're not already. And I'm a big law of attraction girl, so whatever you're thinking about, you're bringing about. So if you're thinking, oh, all men are jerks, there's no good ones left out there, that's exactly what you're going to be manifesting in your life. Just players, bad boys, or nobody.
Do you think that there's sometimes just the simple impatience for clients of yours? Just because I've seen that in my practice, where really smart, good catches, women who think that it's just supposed to happen, right away. And not to diminish it, it's not totally apples to apples, but I've said to them before, it's kind of like you're in this executive position in your career, and you're going out on interviews. I mean, you're not going to just take the assistant level position, even though there's a bunch of them. You got to wait out for what's
or their list is just too ridiculous. I mean, I only date men. I knew a woman who would only date men 6'3" and up, preferred blue eyes. Well, she stayed for 15 years with nobody, missed having a family. She's too old now because she was waiting only for that. The average American male is 5'9", so you have to look for other qualities besides just the physical. A certain amount they're making for their paycheck, a certain. I get girls who will only date guys with a certain car, make of a car they would date. So these blockages that they put up, then you know what, then be alone and just stay home with your cat.
Or 2
or 3.
The truth of that is those are excuses, but they're also fears. We have excuses.
They don't even realize they're doing
consciously.
And I think you don't really want to meet a man, or you're afraid to meet him. I think for a lot of women who've been independent, there is a lot of fear because typically women have been punished in many ways for being outspoken, for saying what they want, or being career-oriented, making money, right? So they have that fear that what's going to happen? I'm going to get married, I'm going to be put back in this box.
For a lot of women, they get out there and they date and they have bad experience after bad experience. The heart of this question is about how do we get women to get back up on the horse again, to recognize that, not to put those negative belief systems in their head that there's no good men and that all guys suck and all that sort of stuff. Like, how do we help women to be in tune with the belief that the guy that's meant for them just hasn't come around yet?
Right. It's timing.
It goes back to the woman. She has to recognize, like Marla said, I'm a law of attraction girl too, and even if they're not speaking it, their energy's coming out. If they're dating someone and think, wow, he's great, but I know in the back of my mind there's no good men out there. There must be something wrong with this one. Waiting for the other shoe to drop. That energy comes out because it's a universal law, and the universal laws are the only ones that are enforced 100% of the time. And the law of vibration, which is where the law of attraction comes from, is that law. You can't help it. Whatever you're feeling about something, you're pulling towards you.
And before you go on the date, don't put that pressure like, is he the one? Because there'll be women who'll go on the date. I had him say, do you want kids? Because if you want kids, if you don't want kids, I don't even know why I'm here. And then the man's like, I don't even know if I want a second date with you, let alone, be the father of your children.
I think a big part of that is for a woman to focus on what she does want. Because we're all busy focusing on what we don't want. Oh, he's too short, is this. But is that really what you're looking for? What is your ultimate? What's going to make you happy? What are the characteristics you're looking for? And focus on that. And then the other part is, like what you were saying, is when you're dating, saying enjoy the experience, be in the moment, right? This is about being present to what's out there, because you don't know. You could be on a date or take 20 dates, and the guy that you're actually going to fall in love with is a friend of that guy, or he's the waiter, and I don't know. But, you know, he comes from somewhere else.
It's his brother.
Exactly.
To sum it all up, it sounds like for the woman that's got this belief that there's no good guys out there, she's really got to take a break, step back, figure out where that belief comes from, address the fears she's got on the inside, you know, and really figure out how she can be a whole person so she can attract that guy. And for God's sake, ladies, don't tell him everything about your past on the first date.
Even on the second date.